Camera is rolling. Hi guys, welcome back to The Artist's Way, week 11. I do not have enough fingers to articulate what week we are on, and that is amazing. It has been such an incredible week. If you cannot already tell, I am in much higher spirits than I've been the last 2 weeks, and that is because of the words in this chapter. In chapter 11, we're covering a sense of autonomy. A chapter that could not have come at a more timely time. The words in this chapter have soaked into my soul and satiated a part of me that I did not know needed to be satiated. I am once again enlivened with the creative spirit, and I owe it to this book. Such an incredible week. There's so much I want to say, and I don't fully know how to. So I'm just going to do what I do know how to, and that is stay the course. And that is actually a great segue into the first thing I want to talk about today. And that is the opportunity to share this and the privilege to experience and feel the things that I'm feeling came about because I stayed the course with enthusiasm. And if you go back and you watch the videos, week 9, week 10, you can see, Alex, I'm talking to you. You can see yourself slowly starting to block again and building up excuses for why you can't do that, or how you shouldn't really be feeling this way, and you're judging. The whole thing is judging. And I am just so proud of myself for opening up, for loving the shadow, and for staying the course with enthusiasm. Because I'm back! I'm back! And it feels so good. It feels so good because I have now gotten to a point where the journey, the 12-week journey, is almost done. But truly, if I'm being honest, I feel like I am just at the beginning. I am just at the beginning of this journey. The forest, the woods that I commonly use as an analogy. And seeing the woods as an inner child, and wow, look, the woods. I stepped into the woods and I started walking. And on weeks 9 and 10, I realized I was so deep in the woods that I could no longer see the entrance. Oh my God. And I could no longer see the entrance. And so where does that leave me? Because if I'm not at the entrance, then how far am I to the exit? Is there an exit? Where's the exit? Is it which way is going to get me to the exit fastest? What? And boom, I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. And do you want to know something? That's the whole point. That's the whole point. And that is what I've remembered this week. By breathing and smiling and opening up my eyes to the beautiful forest around me. And accepting the forest and loving the forest and loving the fact that I am lost because I chose to walk in. I chose to follow the path. and I do not know where that path is leading, but I know that I am on the right path. The whole point was to get lost, was to go in the forest on an unknown path and trailblaze a revolution. That is the whole point. What a dynamic perspective shift. I mean, can you feel it in the tone of my voice? What a wondrous realization. I've exploded like a firecracker once I've realized that, oh my gosh, this is the whole reason why I started this journey in the first place, was to go deep in the forest and get lost. Because you must first lose yourself in order to find yourself again. This week was week 11, recovering a sense of autonomy. And the first section is titled Acceptance, and I need you to listen to this. I am an artist. As an artist, I may need a different mix of stability and flow from other people. I may find that a 9 to 5 job steadies me and leaves me freer to create. Or I may find that a 9 to 5 job drains me of energy and leaves me unable to create. I must experiment with what works for me. I need to create what wants to be created. I cannot plan a career to unfold in a sensible direction dictated by cash flow and marketing strategies. Those things are fine, but too much attention to them can stifle the child within, who gets scared and angered when continuously put off. Children, as we all know, do not deal well with later, not now. Since my artist is a child, the natural child within, I must make some concessions to its sense of timing. Some concessions does not mean total irresponsibility. What it means is letting the artist have quality time. Knowing that if I let it do what it wants to, it will cooperate with me in doing what I need to do. Sometimes I will write badly, draw badly, paint badly, perform badly. I have a right to do that to get to the other side. Creativity is its own reward. Creativity is oxygen for our souls. Cutting off our creativity makes us savage. We react like we are being choked. There's a real rage that surfaces when we are interfered with on a level that involves picking lint off of us and fixing us up. When well-meaning parents or friends push marriage or 9 to 5 or anything on us that doesn't evolve in a way that allows for our art to continue, we will react as if we are fighting for our lives. We are. To be an artist is to recognize the particular, to appreciate the peculiar, to allow a sense of play in your relationship, to accept standards, to ask the question, why? To be an artist is to risk admitting that much of what is money, property, and prestige strikes you as just a little silly. To be an artist is to acknowledge the astonishing. It is to allow the wrong piece in a room if we like it. It is to hang on to a weird coat that makes us happy. It is to not keep trying to be something that we aren't. If you are happier writing than not writing, painting than not painting, singing than not singing, acting than not acting, directing than not directing, then for God's sake, let yourself do it. Yes. Yes. That passage is a passage that I have recorded on my phone that is now a prophetic meditation that allows me to do what I was put on this earth to do. What an unbelievably articulate collection of words. What an inspirational collaboration of human language. This piece makes me feel like I can do anything. This piece makes me believe I can do anything. And that means that by reading this piece and by listening to it back and letting the words soak and marinate and then acting upon them, I can do anything. Do you understand that? I can do anything. That is limitless. Anything is limitless, and that is wonderful as an artist. As a blocked creative on week 1.5 or 2, that might feel stifling or even paralyzing to say, oh, I can do anything? Okay, yeah. I can do anything. Okay, where should I start? I have the flames of passion underneath me and I'm ready to go. Like, seriously. I am saying this to you, Alex, to no one else in the world but you, Alex Nimrod. I am ready to go. Thank you, Julia Cameron. Thank you for giving me this wonderful inspiration, unlike anything I've experienced in my life before. My path has been clarified, not by necessarily identifying what it is at the end, where it leads to, but rather standing in stillness and breathing in presence and realizing the step in front of me. Isn't that delicious? The clarification of what the next right step is, and the enthusiasm to follow it again and again. One foot in front of the other. Soon you'll be walking out the door. Have you ever seen that movie? Yeah, I know you've seen that movie. I've seen that movie, and when I watched it as a child, I was like, oh, this is a fun song. Soon you'll be walking out the door. That song is now a rhythmic heartbeat. That song is a heartbeat for me. Because now I am walking with the enthusiasm of a creative life, of an enlivened inner child who has the spirited delight of creativity. And today, in my, oh, there goes the light. And, oh, color change. Okay. Color change. I love this warm, okay, I love this. Today in my, that was like so wonderful that just happened. I was about to say I'm going to share with you my morning pages, just a moment. For maybe the first time. I'm not sure if I've read something like that before? That was so timely. I love it. Today, I was just following where the pencil took me, and I wrote, I don't want to have to call upon the discipline of righting a wrong to spark myself into action. I would rather channel the enthusiasm of engaging in an art form I love to create to thrust myself into living. And the light turns off again. Well, I think that's everything we needed to say this week. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for pursuing this life with enthusiasm, for staying open and not judging yourself, for trying, and for loving yourself unconditionally. We are just getting started, and this forest is beautiful. Okay, I will see you guys next week for the last week of The Artist's Way. Okay, bye. I love you.